Learn English with stories. The Stranger in the Coffee Shop. It was a rainy Tuesday afternoon. Sarah sat by the window in her favorite coffee shop, holding a warm cup of coffee. She liked this place because it was quiet, and she could think clearly here. Sarah was a writer, but lately she had been struggling to find inspiration. Her notebook was open in front of her, but the pages were empty. She sighed and looked out the window. The rain was falling softly, and the streets were almost empty. Suddenly, the door of the coffee shop opened. A man walked in. He was tall, with dark hair and a long coat. He looked around, then walked straight to Sarah's table. "May I sit here?" he asked. His voice was calm and deep. Sarah was surprised. The coffee shop was almost empty, and there were many other tables, but she nodded. "Of course," she said. The man sat down and ordered a black coffee. He looked at Sarah's notebook. "Are you a writer?" he asked. "Yes," Sarah replied. "But I haven't written anything in weeks." The man smiled. "Sometimes inspiration comes from unexpected places," he said. Sarah was curious. "Do you write too?" she asked. The man shook his head. "No, but I have a story to tell. Maybe it will help you." Sarah leaned forward. "I'm listening," she said. The man began his story. "A few years ago, I was lost. I had a good job, a nice apartment, and everything I thought I wanted. But I wasn't happy. One day, I decided to leave everything behind and travel. I went to places I had never been, met people I would never see again, and learned things I never expected." Sarah was fascinated. "What did you learn?" she asked. The man paused. "I learned that happiness isn't something you find. It's something you create. And sometimes you need to let go of the past to see the future clearly." Sarah thought about his words. They were simple, but powerful. She looked at her notebook and felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Inspiration. The man stood up. "Thank you for listening," he said. He left some money on the table for his coffee and walked to the door. "Wait," Sarah called. "What's your name?" The man turned and smiled. "It doesn't matter," he said. Then he walked out into the rain. Sarah looked down at her notebook. She picked up her pen and started writing. The words flowed easily, as if they had been waiting for this moment. When she finished, she looked out the window again. The rain had stopped and the sun was shining. Sarah smiled. She didn't know who the man was, but she was grateful for his story.